Welcome back to the 2019-2020 Viking Voice podcast. I'm Zachary Petrick. I'm here with,
Nikki Papazian.
and happy 2020. Maybe I should stop saying 2019-2020. But just getting right into it. Nicole, how was winter break?
Um, it was pretty good. I didn't do too much. I kind of did the usual. Stayed in my house, watched Netflix. I finished season 2 of You, if you know what that show is. Um, I went to the city one day, but I don't think I ever made it to the tree because it was so cold. So,
Yeah, I pretty much did the same thing. I kind of sat in my house and did nothing pretty much for a break.
do you celebrate Christmas?
Yeah, my Christmas stuff is still up.
Really?
Yeah,
I took mine down yesterday.
I think this week or next week is gonna be the end. It's starting to get a little weird having Christmas stuff in the house, thinking I'm
Yeah.
11 months from Christmas.
Did you um did you get a bunch of presents or were they just like little things?
Um, I got a bunch of stuff like that I asked for. A lot of like clothes I asked for and stuff.
Yeah, I
But
feel like
that's
it's
good.
less fun when you're older. Cause when I was little, like I didn't know what I was getting, and it was so much more fun. But now I feel like I know everything that's already there. So you kind of just open everything and you're like, all right,
Yeah.
done now. Um, what was your favorite gift?
Well, I'm going to meet Henrik Lundqvist, the goalie for the Rangers.
Oh, when are you
That's
meeting?
probably the biggest thing. Yeah, but my mom knows I'm a huge Jets fan, so she got me Jets slippers, and I wear them every single day as soon as I get home. So that's probably the best gift, honestly, was the slippers. I love them so much.
um,
Any goals for 2020? My goal is to not fail.
your
Hopefully, do
classes?
good on my SATs and ACTs, and get into a good college.
Oh yeah, you get accepted in. Oh well, if you like apply really early, I
Well,
guess you
yeah, I
would
guess I
get.
get accepted in 2021, but you know, get my applying done.
Well, that's kind of like for me. Mine's to get into college, hopefully a college I want to go to, and I don't know, it's kind of scary because like I realized like on 2020, like on New Year's Eve, that like 2020 is the year I'm going to college and like leaving home and all that
Yeah.
stuff. So I was kind of scared, but I mean, I guess it's exciting because it's a new part of my life. So.
What is going on outside? All right, so we just have some noise outside, but it's not a big deal.
Wait, what'd you do for New Year's Eve? Did you do anything? Like, were
New
you with
Year's
your
Eve,
friends?
you want to know what I did?
Yes.
I sat at home. My parents weren't home, and I did nothing.
Oh.
I sat on the couch and took a nap till 11:30. Woke up, watched the ball drop, and got on Xbox till 3 a.m. That's
So
what I
your
did.
parents don't really do anything?
Nope, nothing. Absolutely nothing. I did absolutely nothing. Is senioritis setting in, Nicole?
Mm, eh, kind of, but not really because my like the first half of the school year still counts because when I'm like I applied to colleges like I didn't do all early decisions, so basically they have to send my like mid-year reports so they get
Yeah.
everything before they actually give me my decision. So my first and second quarter grades can actually affect my like like it affects my application. They don't want to see that you're doing bad. So I know that people who already got into college have senioritis already. Um, but I definitely don't because I have to at least care, until midterms, which is coming up, and I've been so stressed about that because midterms are like such a big part of your grade, and I can't really do anything like. At least last year, if I do bad on my midterms, like, oh, I could do good on my finals, but my like mid-year grades actually count this time, so I have to do good, which stresses me. I don't do good on big tests, so and all my teachers are just piling work on me. Like I have so many assignments to do, so
Yeah,
it's stressful.
I know it's like, oh, look, you're almost to like the week where you get to like half the days you get to do nothing because you don't have tests. But the week before is like, and the 2 weeks before is like, all right, here's a test, here's another test,
Yeah,
here's a quiz. I
exactly.
had a quiz and a test for the same class in the same week.
Well, I don't understand because I have in-class midterms and out-of-class midterms, and
Yeah,
I
same
don't
here.
understand what the difference is because I don't know. Like why do they have to give me two? Like why can't I just take one? Like I don't know. For English, I have a paper due next week. Um, Bio, I have an in-class midterm and like a bunch of tests next week. And I don't understand. Like midterms are the week after. But I don't think they ever give us a break. I don't really think they care if we have midterms or not. They just want to give us their own tests. So It doesn't
Yeah.
really matter. But after midterms, I could basically check out. So I'm so excited for that. Like I do not have to try anymore. Obviously I can't start failing. I have to like maintain C's or B's, whatever. But none of those like get sent to colleges until I get accepted. So I mean, it doesn't really matter. Like I don't think that they would take back my decision if I was getting B's. Probably if I was failing, but it's
Yeah, if
kind of
you're
hard to
failing,
fail.
you can't do that anymore. You used to be able to just fail
Yeah.
the rest of the way, but now you actually have to, you know, you have to finish decently. You can just like maintain like an 83 average for the rest of the year and you're fine.
Yeah.
And then be like, okay, we just see, they got accepted, whatever. Hopefully they come to school, prepared, ready
Yeah, I
to.
don't really think they're like alarmed when you start getting like C's
Yeah,
and
I
B's.
think everybody does it, so I think schools understand it.
Yeah, exactly. It's only if you start failing every single class, then I think they might like. I don't even think they would. Would they take back your decision? Like, I
Yeah,
feel like, what if they
yeah.
just email you and give you a warning, and they're like, listen, you're
I
failing.
mean, I've heard it happen. My mom had a friends like who their like son. That happened to them. Like they got like a big warning. They said if you like keep failing for like another 2 weeks, we're gonna take back our decision.
Oh,
So he had to like bring his grades up to B's like within like a week.
at least he got the warning, and they weren't just like, we're
Yeah,
taking back the
but honestly,
decision.
if you have like 40s, I think they'll say something and be like, "Yeah, no, we don't think this
Yeah.
is a good fit anymore."
Yeah, if you can't try for the rest of the school year, why are you coming to our college? But oh, what was I gonna say? Oh, I heard about like a story. I think one of my teachers told me where she knew a kid who had like said bad things about like a school he got accepted into on like social media and I guess or somewhere and they had found out and he had to write like a whole apology letter to the school otherwise he wouldn't be able to go anymore,
Oh my
which is
god.
like crazy. It's crazy how like social media actually
Yeah,
impacts
you
us
can't say
today.
anything on social media anymore.
Exactly, because it just I don't know, it's almost like a form of a resume at this point. Like people want to confirm something, like people want to see like it's all social media and one thing and you don't realize like one stupid thing can get you like a job offer taken away from you, like a college admissions offer taken away from you, like and that's so
Yeah,
scary.
like my mom told me like any schools I'm like really interested in. Once we get to like the applying process, I should follow them on like Instagram
Yeah, and like all their
and
posts.
like all their posts because they see that and then they like look at what your name is and then they get an application from you and they're like, oh well, this person's been following the school for a a decent amount of time. Clearly he's invested in what we have here, so we should bring him in, even if his grades are just a little bit like 2 points lower than
The
what he should
average.
be. We can still bring him in because we know he's going to be he or she's going to be invested into the school and want to do well.
Exactly. Um, but yeah, that's kind of what I tried to do for my colleges. 'Cause I like that when you just show interest in the school and that they know that you actually want to go to the school, 'cause there's no reason in
Yeah, and even
accepting you.
even on like visits when you visit a school,
Yeah,
you like to write your name down, you sign in, you tell their name, so then they see like, oh, this person came and visited the school. Oh, they visited again the next year. They must be
yeah,
really interested. So you gotta be on your game on social media. Make sure you don't say anything stupid
yeah.
about a school. You can't just go out there and just start blasting the schools you've applied to, thinking
Exactly.
like you're gonna get in anyway. So you
Yeah.
gotta be a clean slate.
Well, 'cause people do that. They get into bad schools and they're like, "Oh my God, like, oh, this school's so stupid. Like, I don't care." And then you just get the decision taken away from you, and it's like,
Yeah,
now you literally have nothing, like no options.
yeah.
So I couldn't. Yeah, no, that's not smart.
No,
Um, how was like midterms for you though, as a junior? Are you like stressed or anything, or
honestly, I don't know why. I'm not really that stressed right now, but
no
I
lucky?
think by the time we get to Tuesday next week, I'm gonna start scrambling.
Mhm.
So I'm kind of just right now chilled out, like still working hard, still a good amount of assignments, but while I have the time to kind of not have to go hard on the gas to like get everything in and study from like super study for midterms, I'm kind of just taking it slow, and then by Tuesday next week, I feel like I'm gonna be over my head, and I'm gonna be totally stressed.
Procrastination.
Yeah, at
How
its
was your
finest.
first half of the year though? Has it been fine or stressful or?
First half of the year has been pretty good for me. I haven't skied as much as I like to, which is why I've been a little more stressed than usual. Yeah, it's been okay. There's a couple of teachers that I don't like. We're not gonna say anybody though. We don't want to name drop anyone. And there are a couple teachers that I really do like Mr. Rodahan. I think he's a great teacher, great guy. Uh, so yeah, like social studies in his class has been super good, and math. The beginning of the first quarter, I was not doing well, but this quarter, you know, I have 94, and so I feel good.
Oh,
Even with
nice.
like
What
4
math do you
tests,
take?
I'm just what?
What math do you take?
Pre-calculus
Oh,
with
so do
Mr.
I.
Meaden. And I feel like Mr. Meaden, it's like his first, like, almost first, like, real job by himself at a school. And I feel like maybe the first quarter he wasn't as, like, settled in, but now we've gotten to the second quarter. I feel like he notices more, like, he noticed more what we need and what we, like, the class needs as a whole and what he needs to go over more. So I feel like the class, everybody has gotten, like, everybody's noticed their grades have gone up from the first quarter because Mr. Meaden's clearly, like, getting better as a teacher, which is always good to see.
Yeah.
So maybe by the third, fourth quarter, the class will be like not hard for anybody anymore. But
I have Mr. Fierro for pre-calc, so I do not have the same teacher, but
no.
did you take any, I don't know if we discussed this in a previous thing, like any APs or IBs?
Yeah, I'm taking IB Hoda, and I was in IB Italian at the beginning of the year, and I realized I'm just not good at Italian, not good enough in Italian to keep taking it, so I dropped it within like the first week.
How's
There were
IB
6 kids
Hoda?
in the class, 6 of us.
Yeah, my
3 of
Italian
us
class is
dropped
like
it.
9. My IB Italian class now is like 9 to 10 kids, I think. It's like
There
really
were
not that
6.
much.
It's 3. The 3 of us dropped the IB Italian class, and there's only 3 left.
So, how's IB Hoda then? Because I
IB
didn't
Hoda's
really
actually
like
been
it.
pretty good. The
Really?
tests are hard, but I kind of expect that from Mr. Rohan. But everything else has been pretty good. I mean, the assignments they're fair,
Mhm.
and the essays he gives you enough time to do, and like you stress for a little bit about like the DBQ that we had a couple weeks ago, but you realize like by the end of it that you had enough time to do it. So everything's been pretty fair for Hoda. Um, So yeah, and there's no sit for them. They're not actually sitting for a midterm,
Oh.
so that's great. It's just part of the IA that we have to do.
Oh,
We
we
have to
had to
like,
do like a presentation last year on like a country.
yeah,
Are
we
you
didn't. We had to do that at the beginning of the year.
Oh.
This
Oh.
year we didn't. Not for midterms. This year we just have to like show that we're like actually working on it and like show them like what we've like, researched.
Oh.
So that's good.
Last year we had to do like we had to choose a country to write about things that happened in a certain time period, and I chose Guatemala. And then for the final, they made us do the same country but like with its relations with America. And it was kind of hard honestly finding information, and it all had to be like scholarly articles. So the articles were like 20 to 30 pages long. So it was like hard to do, and I will not miss that because that's one of the reasons I didn't take IB Watch, because I know that they have the IA like research project. And I remember at the end of the year last year in Hoda, they made us do like 2 research projects, and we
Yeah.
had to like make YouTube videos like of us talking about the project and stuff, like 5-minute long YouTube videos, and then write the research paper. And
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that.
yeah, so after that, they were like, "Oh no, this is just prepping you for the IA for next year in Watch." So I didn't take IB Watch. I took AP Gov, and I'm very happy that I didn't take IB Watch. Um, because I think I'm just more interested in AP Gov, and I wasn't politically aware before, and now it's changed so much, and I just know about current events and everything. So I think that's more important.
Yeah,
And
I think they kind of changed that from last year. Last year they kind of like the IA stuff kind of get shoved into senior year. This
yeah,
year they tried to do actually the bulk in junior year, and then
that's
so
nice.
actually in senior year you're kind of like it's like the easy part. So I
Yeah,
think they
that's nice
realized.
because in chemistry last year, I took IB Chem, and I should have done IB Bio and then taken IB Chem this year,
Oh, I
but
should have done IB Bio this year.
I did IB. I recommend it for next year, but I did IB Chem last year, and we had to do the IA, and it was mostly seniors, so they were used to it, but I like had no idea what it was, and I did so bad. It was so hard. But when we had to do one like kind of one in IB Bio that was around the same thing, and it was a lot easier. So
Are you
I
in IB Bio now?
yeah.
Oh, it's only 1 year. I thought IB Bio was 2 years.
No, it's 2 years. I'm just taking the first year, and I'm not taking the second year. Um,
Oh.
which I would, but I don't have obviously enough space in my schedule. I regret taking IB Chem. I shouldn't have taken IB Chem. I don't know why I did it. I was really not interested in it. It's just because I took chemistry sophomore year and I was like, oh, I could do IB Chem. No, there's no way. So I would have preferred, I should have taken, bio last year and then taken bio and physics this year. But, well, I didn't do that. I didn't plan ahead. So, but I don't know. Year one is still fun if you're thinking about it. I think bio is always really interesting. It's not that hard. So it's just like a lot of studying.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
what else? Well, talking about midterm week, we won't actually have a podcast during midterm week because we won't be in school. We'll be doing just coming in for a test and leaving. And we'll all probably be out of our minds stressed.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna want to come in like stay longer at the school than they
Yeah.
have to. Even just like
Um,
seeing and sitting in the school, even doing this, which is fun. I don't think anybody's gonna want to actually be here.
yeah, I
Everybody's
think
gonna
we're all
want to
just
go
gonna
home and
leave.
maybe study for a different test,
Mhm.
or chill out after all your tests. So, yeah, no podcast during midterm week. But next week, before midterm week, we're having a podcast about the NFL playoffs and maybe a bit about college football and the North Shore winter sports. So I think Jack is going to come to the NFL playoffs podcast. Me and Eamon. I think that should be fun for us. Nicole, obviously, I don't think is going to come.
Yeah, sorry guys, don't know anything about sports.
Yeah, she's not interested. But yeah, next week will be about the NFL playoffs. Talk about sports for the year maybe. And yeah. And
Do
then
we want to read the cat's review?
yeah, so we wanted to do a little bit of
Something funny to
something
end our
fun.
podcast because
So, as
Mhm.
Nicole used to work at a movie theater,
Yes.
we like to talk about movies a lot on this podcast. So we decided let's look at the cats reviews.
Because
And
okay, so I used to work at the movie theater, and sometimes I visit, and I have heard so many bad things about cats, and so many people walked out of that movie hating it, and I mean these reviews are hilarious, like absolutely horrible. People hated this movie, so we're gonna read some of the best reviews.
like, you know, oh my god.
Okay, do you want to read the first one?
I'll read one. So I have a cats review from Gizmodo. I have seen sights no human should see.
Okay.
Like, that's it.
This one is from Irish Boy 141. And they said, this film is truly a masterpiece in unintentional horror. The effects are so special, I'm going to have nightmares for weeks to come. So I've heard a lot about that, about the CGI that they did, and it's like humans that look like cats, and I've just heard it's very, very disturbing, and
Yeah.
people did not like it. Um, let's see what other interesting
Okay,
things.
I have one. From Collider, watching cats is like a descent into madness. But, like, if it wasn't enough to make the cats horny, why are they so horny? Like, that's what this review says. Like, what is wrong with the movie? Who is the director?
What was the review?
Like, what is this?
Wait, what did the review say?
But if it wasn't enough to make the cats horny, Hooper also feels the need to make sure it gross by having them dig through trash and play up their animal instincts.
Ew.
Like, what is the point? Like, I don't even think I can read the rest of this.
Someone else said, this may sound a bit harsh on the movie. There are a lot of big names, but this is without a doubt the worst movie I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so, oh, I'd rather spend 2 hours watching a dirty litter box from inside. Unintentionally one of the greatest horror movies ever made. Um,
The Cats movie is a boring disaster filled with joyless. I can't read the rest of that. Never mind. I should not have started that.
James Corden is even annoying as as an animated cat. Oh my gosh.
Cats, a Broadway musical adaptation straight out of the litter box.
Come on, production. This is an inside joke, isn't it? Apparently
Cats
they
is a
couldn't
nightmare
sing.
that won't end.
Oh my gosh.
Cats review, going to the dogs.
This is out of body experience. I thought I was in a fever dream.
Okay, Cats review, nearly as obscene as the human centipede.
Oh my gosh. No, that movie's horrible. No, ugh, that movie's absolutely horrible. I did see, this is reminding me,
Cats review. You won't leave the theater purring. Like, what is this?
I saw the movie Grudge. It's like the new scary movie, and it was very weird and disturbing. Like very, it was odd. Um, I go to so many movies. Like over break, I went to so many movies. I saw Star Wars again, which was amazing. No one could tell me it wasn't. It was so good. Some people don't like it, but they just are haters. I saw Grudge, which is the one that I saw, the scary movie I saw most recently. Then I saw Bombshell, which was uh, interesting. It wasn't that good, but I loved.
I'm like barely listening. I'm just reading these reviews.
And
Like,
I saw
this says there is no God, and if there was, it died along with the light inside of me that after the movie came into existence.
Turn Me Into a Cat Serial Killer.
Okay,
Um,
listen to this. This is a review on Cats. I didn't see this movie, but I just wanted to let everyone know Carrie Fisher looks really good in the new Star Wars movies.
oh my god.
That's on Cats. If I wanted to spend 2 hours if I wanted to see 2 hours cats lick themselves, I would have gone to PetSmarts.
These are so weird. I simply can't.
This got 5 stars. This is a 5-star review.
What'd they say?
The characters look like the characters look like they belong in hell. 5 stars.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be good. Wait, I want to see like a 5 star, like actual. Let's see if I can find like one that's not horrible. I want to see what they liked about it. It's gonna take a while. Let's see. Okay, 10 stars. Let's see who gave it 10
Like
stars.
the one that's 5 stars. Like they don't even know. Like they didn't see the movie. They just read the bad reviews and then went and give it 5 stars off the bad reviews.
Wow, some people
Okay, excellent.
actually.
This is 5-star review. Excellent. However, you must have a cat or love cats in order to understand the story.
Some people genuinely like this movie. Someone said, "I hate that people don't understand the theatricality of the original show and the movie. This stage show is a spectacle. It has no story."
Don't
And
listen to the critics. They hate it because there's no suicide, teen pregnancy, or aliens.
my mom raised me on musicals, whatever. She's saying they cried when they saw the movie. I don't understand the negative reviews. These are all people who seem in all these things. They're saying that they grew up younger, I guess, and they saw like
Okay,
the
wait.
stage
I can't really read
production.
this full review. Don't F with cats unless you're ready to claw your eyes out. So mean.
I think it's all people who are fans of the Broadway musical, because that's what this seems. Grossly underrated and misunderstood.
And then I want to look at 1917 reviews because honestly, the movie trailers looked really good, but the reviews are like 50-50 with 5 stars and like 2.5 stars. Like a lot of people said that like it's boring. It's kind of the same thing. There's suspense, but nothing actually happens. And then
Mhm.
some people said that it was great and that it was awesome, but
Yeah, I don't know. It seems that the people who like it just seem to be like really into the Broadway musical, which is probably why they like it. Yeah, so someone said the reviews on this film are rubbish. If you like musical theater, you will love this movie. Better than Star Wars. That's hilarious. Definitely not better than Star Wars. But speaking about um like plays and theater, we do have the senior play, and
at it's the 18th at Glenwood Landing.
there's the musical Guys and Dolls also, which I don't know what the plot is. Do you know what the plot is behind
I
it?
have zero clue.
You don't know?
No, I
Oh,
have no clue.
I'm not sure what the plot is. Let's see if I can find out.
But yeah, after that, after we come back from while Nicole looks that up, after the break, during spring break, after spring break, or February break, sorry, the sports night is February 27th. So make sure you go do that because sports night's a lot of fun. I'm getting sick, so I cannot talk for
Oh
long.
no,
I'm so
there's something
congested right
going
now.
around.
What?
There's something going around, like
Yeah, I know.
mono and like pneumonia.
I know.
So, gosh, have fun with that. This is the Guys and Dolls plot. Set in the Depression era Times Square, Guys and Dolls is about a couple of Big City Gamblers and the Woman Who Loved Them. It tells the overlapping stories of high roller Sky Masterson, who falls in love with mission worker Sarah Brown, and lovable rapscallion Nathan Detroit, engaged for 14 years to Miss Adelaide, a headliner at the Hot Box Club. Nathan runs a famous floating crap game, and an ongoing plot line involves his quest for a safe place for the game as Adelaide continues her quest to convince him to marry her. Meanwhile, Sarah, mistakenly believing that Sky set up an illegal game at the mission, tries to fight her affection for the charismatic crap shooter. I'd love to tell you that I know what any of that means, but I don't understand anything that just said, so hopefully anyone who likes Broadway or Guys and Dolls understood that or is willing to watch it, because I'm sure it'll be amazing.
Yeah.
But
So I think that's all we have probably for the day.
what's a crap game, manager? Before
A
we
crap
finish?
game. Craps is a. It's like. Yeah,
Dice?
you like roll dice and stuff.
Interesting.
It's like gambling.
Okay, that makes sense. I was really confused, but whatever.
It's nothing to do with a casino.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I think
thank you
that's
for listening. Any comments or suggestions for what the next podcast should be after midterm week?
Yep.
Make sure to leave a comment on the Instagram at Viking Voice Podcast or here on the YouTube. And
We meet every Monday in J1. If you want to join the podcast or you want to just be in one episode,
yeah, and if
you
you
can
have
come
any,
in.
if you're from a different club and you want to have somebody come on the podcast to talk about your club, you can come to J1 on Monday, or you can email Mr. Torre at torrel@northshoreschools.org. Or if you have any more questions about the podcast, contact Mr. Torre, or he's in J1 usually.
And we meet every Thursday in the World Language Lab. So if you just want to show up and you want to record with us, that's cool. Also, any interesting school things coming up? Sports night is coming up on the 27th of February. Did you mention that?
Yeah, I mentioned that.
Okay. Well, we'll cut that out.
Yeah,
I think
that's
that's
it.
all. Alrighty.
Right.
Make sure to subscribe and comment. Goodbye.
Bye.